minute will give you. Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, guys.
hello.
Yeah. You following?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah, you're following?
Uh,
Okay, guys. All right, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
hello.
yeah,
Okay, okay. You're getting me right?
Loud and clear.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So then we have the slider here. So okay, so the
I
session.
getting
Oh,
it's just a problem.
oh, okay. I never go. All right, so let's go. All right, guys. So I'm back online. Um, okay. All right, guys. So let me share my screen quickly so that we can continue. All right, so we design this session quickly. So we'll go back to the editor, and this is the testimonial session. And all we need to do is, first of all have this H2 element up here that says check out what people are saying, blah blah blah. So let's go and say H2. So inside of this, we have this text, and let me see. Let me see if I have. Okay, so this is it. Check out what. Oh, no, no, let me find it quick. Okay, check out what people are very good. This is it. We'll copy this and then we carry it into our editor and then we paste this. And then the next thing we want to do is right after that session, we have what? We have the image. So let's just go ahead and then we say IMG. We have the image there. Then leave the image empty as it is for now. And then go to the next thing we want to go to is the text there, the paragraph there, the text, and then we have the name of the person. So let's go ahead and this will be a paragraph. Let's go to the text editor here. And this is the text. Okay. We copy this and then we create, where are we? Okay, we're right here. And then we create the paragraph. And we paste this. All right. And then, all right. Right after the paragraph, then we have the name of the person. So the name of the person, we have this kind of bold, we got the name of the person here, look bold. So we show that distinction from the paragraph here. So we use the element called strong. So before we used to use what? We used to use BM, the B element for bold. All right. And I think B is deprecated in HTML5. So you can do your research. So we use the word strong instead of bold. And then we have the name of the person, NEODA, So we save here. We save. Uh, we we save this. And next thing we want to do here is, sorry, something we needed to do for this session. So we have this, before we create a testimonial here, we create a div that will contain the information in here. So I will create a div here and just copy all the stuff I just inserted here and just paste it inside this div. Very good. So this div will contain uh, the testimonial of this person, right? So then we have the top three testimonial, displaying in a slideshow like this. So we will three, maybe we'll feature three or we'll feature five. But for now, let's say three. So we put this three, and to do that, we have to contain the three inside a div. So this is the div for the first person, and all we need to do is to just copy this div, the entire div, and we'll paste it twice. All right. So we paste the first one because we have three persons, right? So we are just paste it, and for now, we will comment out what the last two testimonials will comment out. So we'll go to the styling, then we'll enable them. So let's highlight them, hold down control and press forward slash. Don't forget, that's the easiest way to comment. So we'll comment out on our code. So we have this, we have one of the stuff here. So we have the inside of a div. So far so good. We are done with this session. Then we go to the session here. So this session is the what? Is what we call the call to action, right? So we have this session right here. So we go here and then we collapse this session. So now we have hero, about us, features, top events, and testimonials. The next session here, don't forget always to comment on all your sessions. So we call this session what? Call to action, or we can say CTA. So for short, I will just call it uh, to action, call to action session right here. All right. No know why they say let me do it in 10 minutes. I see it's after 10 minutes again when we restart. I hope it doesn't do that. Hmm. Anyway, so let's go ahead, guys. So we have call to action session here, and then below this session, we have let me see, 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 let me see. So let's see how the page is designed. We have this element. Actually, this element is what? An H2 element right here. They've your favorite events right in your inbox. We have this event here, we have this element here as H2 because it's a new session. That's how we choose to design our website. Every session will be introduced with an H2 element. And we have only one H1 element on the entire page. So right after the H2 element, we have the paragraph and then we have our body. So let's create quickly down by very easy. So what do we, the first thing we're going to do by H2, put on the H2 and then the text here is in my edit my notepad here. And what it says, let me see if I can get it quickly. Okay, your favorite event in your inbox. Copy this and go back to the editor and paste this. The next we have is the paragraph. So we put on the paragraph element and then we open up the editor and then we have it get notified immediately when an event is published. So we click copy, then we come here to paragraph and then we paste it. Then the next thing is what? The button. So we create the button quickly. We say button, we have the button and then what a link there that we have on the bottom. The name said was sign up, just like that. So we say sign up, SIGN. We create a camel case. Remember that? So we have this, so there's no space between the sign up. So we chose to create a camel case just for design purpose. You understand? Let's see. Someone asking, how did you collapse the session? Okay, so if you are online, Seku, so to collapse the session, you see right here, in front of the session here, the opening tag. When you look here, you will see where the line at which this session begins. So for the testimonial session, it begins at about line 144. And we have this little carrot. You see the carrot here? So I just click on it, it will expand. See all the cool on the testimonial. So I just go back here and just hit the carrot, it it collapse it. So that's how you expand and that's how you collapse. So I hope I answer your question. So we'll go back here. We are done with the how you call it H2. But something we didn't do, guys, and we can remember we didn't put it into a session. I'm so sorry we didn't do that. So let's go quickly and put that into a session. So we say SECTRN. Yep. And the ID for this session will be what? We say ID will be what? You already know. It will be a name that is convenient to that session. So we call it call to action. So for short, we say CTA, which stands for call to action. So the only thing we need to do is just copy all the text we have here that we created, cut it, not copy but cut, and bring it in that session and paste it. Very good. So you see it? Very simple. So we have it inside this session. So we close this. So we have about us all the way coming down to CTA. The last session here is what? Is the one, the footer. All right. So in HTML5, footer is an element all by itself. So no need for us to create session. If you want to find, you can do it. But since we already have footer as an element, then no problem. So let's go ahead. And we comment out on this session. The name of the session is footer, Footer, footer session. And then inside of this session, instead of using a session element, what will we be using? We'll be using footer. Don't forget, because footer is an element all by itself. All right. So footer was introducing HTML5, if I'm not mistaken. So inside of this element, we have the ID, and the ID here is what? photo, just photo. So we have the photo. So what do we have inside of the photo session here? So inside of the photo, we have this little white box here, and inside the white box we have the logo, and then we have the icons, right? The link for contact. So they can get on Facebook, they can get the app, they get the company on Facebook, Instagram, Skype, and blah blah blah. So go there. So here, if you look at this session, it is similar to the photo here, to the navigation bar. See the same white here. We also have the white right here. So how do we render the same white? So don't forget, we could use the nav element, but we don't want to use the nav element for reason best known to ourselves. We use a div here. So we use this div. Inside of this div, we put what? The first thing there is what? Is the what? The logo here for the icons here. So we go ahead and then hit the logo. We put an IMG to represent the logo. And then we have what? We have all the icons there. So we can just put R, the R tag for now. So this will be, we'll use font awesome to represent the icons there. So for now, let's just replace it with R for reasons best known to ourselves or for no good reason. For now, it is not relevant. As we start the styling, we'll explain it better. How many icons that we have? Full. So we'll paste it 4 times right there. So let's just be as it is. We have full right there. Okay, copy this last one here. Copy this and then, oh, sorry. And then press enter and paste. So any questions so far? So for now we have what design. This is the one. Let's save and refresh in the browser. So when we refresh, we have this something like this. So basically we have just a bunch of HTML. This is just a pure HTML document. So this is not interesting at all, and nobody can use it, right? So we just have this blah 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 blah. So any questions so far? If you have any question, please unmute yourself so that we can tackle all the questions. So here we introduce uh, um, different ways, to represent your elements, different ways, and we say, well, the best way to do that is for every session, make sure you get in the habit of commenting. So you see here, all the session before we initiate any session, what we did, we commented on them. So that's a good way because our other developers will be working on this document. So it is always good to comment on this. So this art of commenting is what we call documentation. That's how you document in your code. All right. So if you have any question, please unmute the mic and then ask before we proceed. Hello. Hello, guys. No question?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Is there any question so far?
Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
Okay, so let's proceed. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. No question, right? Okay, let's proceed, guys. So here so far we have uh our HTML document. Just the scaling tool is not interesting. Nothing on this page looks interesting. You can use this page to say you can call yourself a developer now because of this, but nobody will ever hire you if you design such a website, right? So they want something interactive, they want something good. So how do we do that? Um, Now we introduce the CSS. A lot of you know what CSS does. I don't know explain it, all right, and you already know it. So we'll be introducing CSS and then we'll be using Bootstrap library. So with the use of Bootstrap library, it makes it very easy, to handle some of the major things such as looking at layouts on our website. Remember in our design, we talk about Bootstrap having 12 column grid, right? So we're able to use our 12 column grid in Adobe XD. We put a 12 column grid on, we introduced 12 column grid, right? In Adobe XD. So this is it. And then we were able to use the 12 column grid. So here we'll be using the Bootstrap 12 column grid, to create that layout. So Bootstrap makes it very simple for us because if we were to create that on our own, you know how to create responsive design in CSS. What it does is that it creates so many CSS code. The line of code that you create in CSS, it will be too much. And when you